Everybody's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and this is yet another creature from that Descent Journeys in the Dark game. I can't remember what they called it, but it's some kind of something. And I had some ideas for what I wanted to do with it, so I thought I'd start there. The first color I'm going to use is Mountain Blue, and I'm going to use this. It's pretty watered down, but it's a dark blue. And I think we can do something cool with it. I'm going to use kind of a bigger brush so I can get some quick coverage.
La 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 la.
Watching some movie. I'm not sure what it's called. It's on YouTube, and it's like about vampires. And they have this meeting, like where like all the head vampires that are, I guess, on the British Isles are meeting, and one of them has been doing something bad, like eating people underage or whatever it is, and they kill him. And then they have this like gypsy dude who's supposed to like be the replacement for him because they have to have like 8 in this council or whatever, and they need 100% to vote for the gypsy dude to become a vampire. And then this dude that always plays a bad guy and everything says no, that's not going to work. So they decide to kill him, and then soldiers come and try to kill them. It's just crazy. It's actually a pretty good movie. I think it's more so a dark comedy than like a horror of any type. You know, it's not scary at all. It's just entertaining and fun. I don't know what it's called. If you do know what I'm talking about, which probably don't, but if you do, please say something under the comments so I can find it, because I don't own it, and I have quite a collection of movies, and I don't have that one. Of course, movie collections are kind of a thing of the past, since everything's on the internet now. I don't even, have a way to watch DVDs, even if I wanted to. My DVD player died, and I just haven't gone and bought a new one. So even just like that, it's a decent enough paint job that you can easily do something with. But I'm not quite done. I have a couple steps I want to move on to. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to get a brush that I can do some dry brushing with. Something small. And I'm looking for a ward blue. It's a medium blue. There it is. And I want to get something I can kind of dry brush most of my model with. So I'm just use a makeup brush for that. I really want to focus on these fur parts. And anywhere where there's a lot of fur texture. And I'm not going to worry about the rest of it. I'm just going to leave that be. Anything where it's kind of smooth or there's not a whole lot of texture, I'm not going to bang out on this. I'm just going to hit these spots here. Okay. Now I'm not even going to clean that brush out. I'm just going to leave a little bit of blue in that brush. I'm going to grab a little bit of this elephant gray. And I'm only hitting that little palm on the tail. And his mane. Just there and there. Okay. I'm going to get one lighter color. granite gray. And again, I'm not cleaning my brush out. Just grabbing a little bit of that. One dose of this might be enough. I might need a little bit more. I don't know yet. I'm going to wipe a lot of that out of the brush. And then I'm going to hit that mane. And that tail with it. Now I did get some onto his ears that I didn't anticipate or want. So just using a cheapy brush. I'm going to come back with that Mountain Blue. I'll wipe a little bit off, and I'm just going to re-darken up his ears a little bit. Just like that. I'm going to be careful I don't get it on the mane. Oh no, I found this amazing color called Pavement. I'm just going to drag it along his claws and darken those up and make them noticeable. And I'm going to do his nose in that Pavement too. Okay. Something like that. Now, let's get to work on his mouth. I'm grabbing my regiment brush and an off-white. Now, don't forget, for me, it's Saturday still. Actually, I think it's already Sunday, but this is my Saturday video. And don't forget that Monday morning I go in for my surgery, so I will not be around for a couple days there. So I might miss a couple videos. I'll try to do a few tomorrow to keep everybody entertained. And then I won't be around for a couple days. I have to stay in the hospital overnight, and then I have to have a 24-hour supervised recovery period after that hospital stay. And truth be told, I don't know what kind of condition I'm going to be in. So I don't want to commit to like doing videos or anything if I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do them. I think I'm going to be able to, honestly, but I don't know. We're going to prime some minis and prep them and take them upstairs. And set up a little thing for me to paint in the D&D room. And then if I feel well enough to paint, I will. And if I don't, I won't. I don't really have like any super high ambition stuff for this, for post surgery. You know, I just know that I'm not going to be in tip top. So, and don't worry, it's not major surgery. I just, you know, it's just like some sinus stuff. It's called septoplasty. They're going to pull out my septum. They're going to pull the membrane out of the inside of my nostrils or whatever, or like inside my sinuses. And they're going to break my hard palate, which is like the bone in the roof of your mouth. And they're going to break my septum. And they're going to remove cartilage and scar tissue. A piece of shrapnel has migrated from behind my eye, and it's been there since '05, and it's migrated back into my sinuses. And it's created quite a bit of scar tissue, I guess, on its great, powerful journey. It's very small. Like on an x-ray, it's the tiniest little thing. You'd be like, oh, I can't believe that's doing anything. It's so teeny. But apparently it's a problem. And it's causing me some dizziness and some headaches. Enormous amounts of sinus pressure. A bunch of what I think are ear infections that turn out not to be. That they're just pressure related. Because there's so much scar tissue in my sinuses. And I have small sinuses to begin with. I have a condition that's called a partially cleft palate. It's a birth defect. That means the roof of my mouth is super deep. I'll show you real quick. I'll show you something. Hold on. Okay, so normally, let's say the roof of your mouth is like that curved. Mine is like that curved, and my hard palate is pushed up into my sinuses. So my sinuses are small to begin with, And then with that piece of shrapnel in there, it's just created additional issues. So I'm not in any like mortal danger. Nothing bad's going to happen to me. Don't worry about me. You know, I'll be cool. Trust me. I've been through far worse. But there's going to be just some bad parts of this that suck. And there's a bit of recovery involved. So I just don't want to commit that I'm going to be doing videos every day like I always do. For those of you that kind of follow along and watch, I apologize now. If you're not aware, I do have a catalog of over 1,000 videos and shorts combined. So if you have not seen all of them, feel free to go back and kill some time if I miss some videos with that catalog there. That'll hopefully keep you interested and entertained for a couple minutes. We hit 800 subscribers, which is just a really big deal for me, guys, because I really, no joke, thought I would be astoundingly lucky to get 35 subscribers. I remember early on telling Mrs. Doom there's just no way in hell that I was going to get viewers because I don't edit and I don't know anything special. I don't make stuff up. You know, I just use techniques I mostly learned from other people or adapted from something I learned from somebody else. You know, I don't have a Doom method of doing this that I invented or anything. You know, the only thing that's kind of mine, I guess, is how sloppy and lazy I am at painting. Getting on the tabletop quickly is my jam. I mean, we could have done this with speed paints and been done, 8 minutes ago, really. But I'm just doing it this way because not everybody has speed paints. Speed paints are what, $6, $7, $8 a pot, and everything I used here was $1 or so or less. Okay, I think we pretty much got everything you're gonna get. We got as close as we can safely get without getting anything on the feet and stuff. We'll leave the outside of that like that, and we'll come back and paint that black after we do some touch-up stuff here. You wanted me to talk about this enemy before we finish it up? Well, this enemy is actually a little bit interesting, believe it or not. So I'm going to be calling this a tar dog. And essentially, it is a creature who has been thriving on an abandoned oil rig, like out in the desert. And whatever it's been sucking up out of the earth isn't just oil. It is a disgusting tar-like substance that helps promote mutation. And so this thing has taken on some of the properties of that tar. It's warm to the touch. It smells like tar. It can eat almost anything. It prefers meat, but it can eat rocks and stuff if it needs to. It has its bite leaves behind an acidy residue. So it's a pretty gross creature. And why would your characters be dealing with this? Why would your party be dealing with something like this? Well, it's kind of a twofold thing. One, this thing will hunt a pretty large area that it claims. It will breed with any local canines, coyotes, wolves, dogs, whatever. It'll breed with anything and then create its hybrids. And because it's a mutated creature, its DNA is very strong, and it automatically supersedes anything it breeds with. So say this thing breeds with a coyote. The female coyote's going to give birth to a litter of 2 to 4 of these fellas. And unfortunately, they're always born male. They might have minor characteristic differences, like maybe the structure of their face is a little different. But otherwise, yeah, they're born like they're going to be a tar dog. Tar dogs, nothing but tar dogs. Beautiful blue tar dogs. Dogs of the tar. I don't know if any of you are old enough to know that old Saturday Night Live skit about it's Bill Murray singing Star Wars like a lounge singer. I don't know. It's funny to me. I'm old enough to remember that, but you know, if you're old enough to remember Mr. Bill, it's saying something at this point, I think. Starting to feel older every day. Had to sterilize and rearrange the D&D room. Finally put in the giant 300 plus unit shelf. So it has 300 and I think 29 minis on it right now. And rearranged some other stuff. So I have a lot more minis on the wall now. Count went up significantly today. I think I put about close to 400 new minis up on the wall today. So and a lot of those are ones we made here on the channel, which actually feels really good when they look good. Some of them are dog shit garbage. You were here, you know, but some of them were amazing. So there's my tar dog. I just wanted to use blue because my wife's favorite color is blue. So when I bring mobs upstairs that are blue, she seems to like them more and praise them more. And the other reason is because I didn't want to make them all black and gray because I have so many black and gray models and brown models. So I want stuff that kind of sticks out and is different, brighter colors. Just to make my shelves more colorful and make things pretty. I have more of these, and I was going to paint some more of these up using some different techniques. Or maybe I will do one in a gray and a brown, I don't know. It might be good to give this guy yellow eyes real quick before we go. And to do that, I usually use a piece of tape, but I'm just going to get a tiny dab of my Zealot yellow paint here, just like that. And I'm going to use a tiny brush. This is a little fractional brush. And I already did the whites of his eyes as dots as whites. So I'm just going to get in there with that yellow. And really it's going to give it a very pale, translucent kind of yellow. And it's going to look a little bit like a glow. See that? It just looks a little bit like a glow. And I just use a speed paint for that. You could water down a yellow if you wanted to play around and take the time. But I'm no hurry to mess around all night down here. I already stayed up super late playing Fortnite with my older sons. And then a little bit of 7 days by myself while I enjoyed a nice cold beverage or so. And I was like, oh, you didn't make a video today. It's super late. Better run down there. And I did want to have him ready for the next time we play. We're not sure if we're going to be able to play Friday because of my, the surgery. I don't know where my recovery is going to be at that point, but we will play. So I need to have miniatures done and ready, so I'll, have them for my table. So if you like what I'm doing here on the channel, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, and leave a comment, and all those things that the algorithm spirits crave, that attention they love. And also check out the website and the Discord. There'll be links in the description. It's www.dungeon-swag.com. And also there's a discount code for 25% off your first month of our subscription service. And it's still available as far as I know. If you get on Discord, you can get a code to get a free miniature. And then you go to the website and you click on free miniature. And you put that code in there. And Dungeon Swag will send you a miniature straight to your house for you to check us out. And the only thing we ask in return is we're paying for the shipping and we're paying for the miniature. So the only thing we're asking is that you get on the Discord and paint the miniature and show off the miniature for people that you got for free. And that's all we need. We're not asking you for anything else. If you like the minis, paint the minis, show the minis off. If you don't like the minis, paint it and say it sucks. Whatever it is, just be honest though. So thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.